supremacy. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got 1 versus 2 in the AFC East, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. I'll be back with you again with scores around. To call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back again.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On second down, Michelle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. On the ground, Michelle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring
every week.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now a play fake. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone, you got 4 down.
From the gun, it's Carr. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So now the Bills getting ready for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Allen going up top. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot. So did you suspect the same thing that I did? That they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for the entire...
Almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From the gun, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Steve.
Now Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That time, a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun to Michelle. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Carr. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. Third down here.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Allen now looks to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. On first down, Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Second and 10 now from the 27.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Allen throwing again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to...
On first down, it's Manning. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
55. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
On second down, here's Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll run on first down. Manning. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Coming to you, coming to you.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And here's Allen to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down now. It's Manning. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Allen going to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Allen now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Manning. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air, Allen. And it's caught. Norwood for a Bills touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So we have come to halftime, and what's already the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bills to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game.
Done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 4, check 6, pull it high. Hey, hold.
Wide open receiver complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From midfield, here's Allen. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Well, third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Allen going to go on fourth down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted.
Going with Michelle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. On play action, now Carr. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off through the corner. With good timing, you get a completion.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with Michelle on the ground. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Michelle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
tackles are going to get him as he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Carr. Got a man open. That's Harry. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From midfield, here's Carr, and that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Manning. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Check. Crouch. 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 Hey, hold.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. Throw left side, complete. It's Manning. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. 10 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, Carr. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Catch is made by Harry. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Carr to throw again. And this is complete. It's Allen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, they run with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots get a score closer.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Manning. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 at the 7-yard line.
And they give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
25, check 25, check 25. Topper!
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bills, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank